morality leads to the destruction of society.
What evidence of that do you have?
I have the evidence of today's structure. Today's society, everywhere where you follow traditional morality, you see success in the structure of that society. If you follow the marriage institutions, if you follow those that follow traditional morality, we see that they're very successful, the people that don't lie and cheat. And then when we go and follow your secular moral structures, where we see promiscuity, we see, you know what I mean, talking about the...
Do you think that a husband can...
dilemma.
I have a very important question. Do you think a husband can rape his wife?
Sure, yeah.
Do you actually believe that?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think it's wrong if a husband does that?
If he coerces his wife, yes, it's very wrong.
Didn't say coerce.
Well, the word
Forcibly
you
penetrates her without her
yeah,
consent.
100% wrong. Yeah.
100%
Now,
wrong.
you
Okay.
agree with me? There
Where
are
do you
obligations
live?
upon our.
Where do you live?
Can I ask you a question? I'm here in
You
Kansas.
actually
Can I ask you a
can't.
question?
Where do you live?
I'm here in Kansas. Do you not
In
believe there's
Kansas.
obligations
Okay.
upon
Do
you
you
in your
know
society?
that in the United States there weren't even marital rape laws on the books until the 70s? Because
by the
the
way, this is-
traditional view was that a husband
Hey.
can't rape his wife because she's his property. Sounds like secular morality kind of rescued
hey,
women from
I don't
men.
know what you're talking
Men like you. You don't know what I'm talking about? You can look it up. I think South Dakota was the first state. There were not marital rape laws on the books until the 1970s.
Because people are wording their wives.
Because people didn't think that a man could rape his wife because it's his property. That's the biblical view.
Okay. So what's the argument here? The argument is that traditional morality forces you to R-word your wife. What the fuck is the argument here? Can you make it? So I
No,
can
according
laugh at
to
you?
traditional morality,
So I can
there
destroy your
isn't
shit
even...
argument?
Buddy, stop crashing out. According to certain senses in the traditional sense, there's no such thing as that because you can't do that to your own property.
What are you even talking about? See,
I'm talking about how, like, in the Bible, if a man rapes a woman, then the penalty for that is he just pays her dad a fine, and then she's forced
based
to
on what
marry her
scripture?
rapist.
Based on what scripture? Go ahead.
It's in the Old Testament somewhere.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's not
it
based
is.
on the Old Testament. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'll pull it up for you. What are you going to do when I read this verse and it says what I just said?
Then I would just say that it's probably that you're misinterpreting the verse because
So you have your conclusion already in mind. Great. What's the point in talking to you?
Hey, my brother, you're not going to let me speak, huh? You're so scared, by the way. You're so scared.
No,
It's so
you're
I can't
no,
believe my
you're
viewers
triggered
like you. You're
because I
disgusting.
proved to you that
I'm not
your
triggered. Won't let me
traditional
speak.
view is dog shit in this one specific regard. We could get to a whole lot of other
You're
things.
lying. You're a conspiracy theorist. You're lying. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know what verse you're talking about. I bet you don't. Where in the Christianity allows you R-word your wife? You're such a bullshitter. And I can't believe my viewers actually like you. You're disgusting. Just say
I
you're
can't
a loser
believe
and you can't
anybody
defend your
likes you.
position. Just say you can't defend your position. That's laughable. Like, this is laughable.
Okay, Deuteronomy 22, verses 28 and 29. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married, and he rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must carry the young woman, for he violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. So in a traditional, sense, rapists are forced to marry the guy that raped them, and they can never be separated. Does that sound good to you? So
that's what I would say. You're misinterpreting the verse. It could.
Does that sound good to you?
You're not going to let me speak? You're misinterpreting the verse.
Does that sound good to you?
Nothing.
This is like literally a yes or no question. I don't know why you're struggling. Is this good? Yes or no?
You said says you can R-word.
Is this good? Yes or no?
Nothing you said says you can R-word.
Is this good? Yes or no?
So you're obfuscating. Just explain.
Is this good? Yes or no?
Concede that you're
I understand
obfuscating.
exactly what you're saying. You're saying, well, they're not married yet, so this doesn't support your argument from earlier. We don't have to, we can get there. The question is, do you think that this is good?
Just concede that you
do you think that this is good?
concede you obfuscate the convo.
I'm not obfuscating the conversation.
You're not even talking about R-wording anymore.
I'm not yes, I am. It said rape right there.
Now
Do you want me to read it again?
Evil. You fucking mental case. You're talking about good and evil now.
You are such a pathetic little insecure
I'm the
crybaby.
pathetic one. Just concede you're
and you have
obfuscating. You don't
insecure
have to
beliefs
talk.
and you have weak faith. You can't even
My
defend
brother-
your worldview. You said, my worldview's good. And then when I showed you that your worldview forces women to marry their rapists, you just have this epic tantrum online
So
for
can I ask you a
everybody to
question?
see. You just
Does-
did.
is
So do you
what you
think
said-
this is good? Yeah, the question is, do you think this is good? Wow, did you just punch the drywall in your own house? Did you just
Bro.
send your fist through the drywall? You're having such a tantrum. So, do you think
You're
that this
losing
is good?
viewers. You're losing viewers. A lot of my viewers
So,
respect you.
you're literally such a petulant child. You're doing I know you are, but what am I? You took what I said and copied it because on top of just being an unlearned bigot, you're also not very
What are you talking
creative.
about, bro?
So the question is, do you think that this is
What are you
good?
talking about? Is the question is good and evil, or is the question our wording is good or not? What is the question? Weren't you bringing this verse to prove to me that our wording is acceptable in the Bible? Isn't that what you were going to bring me?
The entire premise was that women were
Concede
treated like
now.
property. I'm not conceding anything because your argument, your framing of what I was talking about is not what my argument was. So I don't care about your pathetic little straw man, okay? Do you think that that verse I just laid out, do you think that that set of rules is good?
I think for the time that it was being
There you
created,
go.
it's
So you
like-
think women being forced to marry their
necessary.
rapists is good. I don't. Now you can claim because
When was this written? 2,000 years
blah
ago,
blah
right?
blah blah
2,000
blah.
years
I
ago?
believe in God, therefore it is good. Like you can think that if you want. Look. We
You're gonna talk
live.
to yourself.
We live
Are
in
you
a
just gonna talk to
country.
yourself?
We live in a country where it's not illegal for people like you to have thoughts like that. You are allowed to think, and you do think, Manner, that it
So I'm
may
wrong
be
that there
fine
was
for a
there was
woman to be
actually a
forced to
salvation
marry
for
her
our worded
rapist.
woman 2,000 years ago.
You think it's fine for a woman to forced to be married to her rapist for life in certain contexts. I don't
can I
think
say
that.
something?
And okay, we live in a free country. You're allowed to think that. Put that on a t-shirt.
It's hilarious that you're crying about strawman when you strawman my whole position here.
No,
Is my
I
position
asked
that
you and you
2,000
said
years
yes.
ago it's
I'm
okay
not
to R-word a
strawmanning
woman?
you.
Is that my position?
You muted yourself that time, by the
My
way.
position that 2,000 years ago it's okay to R-word women? Is that my position? Is that what you're claiming? That's what you're claiming my position is.
Nope. Because I stated really clearly that your official position is that it's fine to force a victim to be married for life to the perpetrator. Because you did say that.
That's not what I said. I said
Yes, that is literally
I
what you said,
I'm happy, and I think it's necessary. Can
You're
I finish what I
happy
said?
for it to
I
happen.
think
Okay.
it's necessary that there is salvation for a woman 2,000 years ago if there was an R wording for her and there was some kind of repercussions for that guy.
There are no repercussions for him. He gets a wife for life out of it. And because they were treated like property, she probably would have just been a homemaker. So he gets to be a lazy jerk off and get away with rape.